Welcome to another Supernaturally Healthy Life. Welcome. And this week, what I'm going to be doing is talking about the flat belly solution and the 5 different things that you can do to help your body to create a happier and flatter belly that doesn't involve crunches or juice cleanses or kind of bullying yourself into oblivion or not eating food or restricting calories. What I'm going to be talking about is how you can beat the bloat, sort out your digestion, ditch IBS, have happy toilet time, and feel amazing in the skin that you are in. I know for myself that when my belly was problematic, it not only was I embarrassed, it was not only painful and hot and sore, but it became normal every day. By the end of the day, I was in some sort of pain. I couldn't fit into my trousers. Going to the toilet was a total drama, and I was really embarrassed, and it was eking away at my confidence. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be sharing with you some of the 5-ish different strategies that you can do to help create one happier and flatter and more joyful belly, because that's really what we want, isn't it? So if you are joining me live or watching me on the recording, then do feel free to say hello below. Feel free to ask any questions. And if we haven't met before, if we've not spent much time online, then hello, I'm Kezia Hall. I'm a holistic health coach. I run Supernaturally Healthy, and I run a one-to-one online nutrition practice to help women create a bit of belly bliss, to sort out their energy, their hormones, and I spend a lot of time talking about poop and periods. So if poop and periods aren't your jam, totally fine. Feel free to love me and leave me. But today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of the key things that can be really, really helpful in terms of you creating one happier and flatter belly. And these are all part of what I would say are the flat belly solutions. So what I'm doing is for the next kind of 10 days is I'm offering special flat belly solution sessions. These are like mini sessions where what I'm going to do is dive into and find out a little bit about you and give you a little bit of bespoke advice. What I'm going to do is look at what is the one action that for you and your belly, and from what you've told me and what I know, is going to be help you to supercharge your results. Share with you if there's any specific supplements that I think could be helpful, which may or may not be the case, totally depends. And also share with you why it is you might be feeling the way you're feeling. So if you want to sign up for one of those, there's only a limited number of spots available, so they'll probably fill up quite fast. If you want to head to the link above, you can find out more about the mini sessions and the flat belly solution sessions there. Book yours in and we can chat soon, which will be super, super fun. So, but let's get down to business. Number 1, in terms of an easy way to help create a happier and flatter belly on this sunny Scottish day is to breathe. Yes, to breathe. And I know that's probably not what you're expecting, and you might be like, what, Kezia, this is ridiculous. But bear with me. Bear with me. There is a lot of research that shows how our breath and connecting to our breath affects our digestive system, it affects our central nervous system, and therefore it affects how we feel. And if you're constantly kind of stressed, your breath isn't very good, you're not taking deep, proper breaths, you can really interrupt the process of digestion. I know it sounds a little bit cuckoo or weird or a bit disconnected, because surely it's just all about the food, but actually our breath can impact our nervous system, our nervous state. And so when we focus on breathing, when we focus on managing stress in our lives, actually that can make the biggest difference when it comes to your health. So things like taking a couple of deep breaths before you eat, maybe taking a moment of saying grace. It's a great old kind of tradition where you take a couple of moments to breathe before you start eating, and being really, really aware throughout the day of where are you having these anchor points where you can breathe. And I know it's maybe one of those things that you're like, I don't see why that's going to have an effect, but I would urge you to try it over the space of a week. Take a couple of intentional deep breaths, focus before you eat on taking big deep belly breaths, because what we're doing there is actually supporting your digestion. We're supporting your mind by telling your mind everything is calm and well. And that will impact, and when the mind feels things that's calm and well, it's going to send all the right signals to your belly and to your stomach to get digestion ready to go. If the brain feels that there's threats, that there's stress, then it's going to send messages to the stomach to calm down, to stop doing what it's doing, to shut down digestion, and poor digestion will lead to bloating, 100%. So, number one, breathe. Number two is experiment with food. Now, I talk about this a lot. You've probably seen this in other kind of videos that I've done. But if you are really struggling with IBS, you're really struggling with bloating, if you're feeling like you're ending the day just bloated all the time, then I'd really, really encourage you to do 30-day experiments. Take 30 days and begin with maybe ditching gluten, or begin with maybe ditching dairy, whichever you feel like, just gels a bit more with how you feel. Take 30 days to ditch them and just see if that makes a difference. Now, this is an experiment. If it makes absolutely no difference, doesn't help at all, that's totally fine. You don't need to ditch food for the sake of it. Dairy's got loads of nutrients in, and it's quite a nutrient-dense food. It's pretty natural. You don't ditch food for the sake of it. But if your body's telling you to, then it can be really helpful. So, number two is to run some experiments. It's one of the best things you can do for your belly and for your health. If you're eating foods every day that are maybe disrupting or impacting your immune system, even in a small way, if you're eating foods every day that your body's not able to fully digest, and so you've got these kind of partially digested molecules floating around your system, floating around your stomach that potentially could get into your bloodstream via your kind of intestinal permeability, then you're going to be feeling bloated, you're going to be having bowel issues, you're going to be feeling sore and in the tummy. Really, really simple. So, number two, run some experiments. Really, really simple. Just going to take a drink. Run some experiments. I get my one-to-one clients do this all the time. And often they might come to me and they've already done this, and maybe you've done this before. It's totally fine. But if you've not, really encourage you, run an experiment. Just see what happens. See how you feel. Literally it. Okay, number three is we need to deal with our sugar demons. Yes, sugar. I mentioned the S word, sugar. But if you have like a really sweet tooth and maybe you feel like it's a little bit out of hand, or you have really strong cravings for sugar, or you just feel like you need to eat sweet things after every meal or throughout the day, or you can't get through the day without eating a sweet thing, then it might be a sign that you need to bring into check how much sugary foods you're eating. And the reason this can impact bloating and feeling bloated and having a flat belly is if you are eating a lot of sugar and you've maybe got some sugar, basically can feed some of the bad bacteria in your body. So what that can do is can cause more bad bacteria to grow. And if you have a kind of imbalance of bacteria or just a lack of diversity or a lack of good bacteria in your body, then it can cause a lot of belly issues, bloating and cramping and IBS and lots of those other types of things. So it's really, really important to just get sugar under check, and also impacts things like your weight. So maybe if you're wanting to lose some weight, actually making sure you get your sugar cravings under control will really impact your insulin management, which will really impact your ability to lose weight. So it helps your belly for so many reasons. It's a whole bunch of belly love going on. So it's really important to do that. So that's number three. And for steps number 4 and 5, I'm going to do something a little bit different, but I would really urge you, is a lot of these things and a lot of stuff I can share can be quite generalized. But if you really, really want to create a happier and a flatter belly, then you're going to need some bespoke advice. It's really easy to read a lot of stuff, to Google a lot of stuff, listen to a lot of stuff, and it's all relatively general. And that makes a lot of sense because you can't give specific advice to large audiences. So for tips number 4 and 5, I'm actually going to give you one tip, and that is going to be to book yourself in for one of my flat belly solution mini sessions. This is where I'll just get a little bit of information from you and can actually give you some more bespoke advice that actually is more maybe in keeping with your circumstances, your life, your body, and actually really help you to see what could really be going on. So what could be at the root of this bloating, of these bowel issues, of these toilet problems. And I really, really encourage you to do that. I can't tell you, I imagine you've maybe done this. You've Googled stuff a lot, you've tried lots of things and gotten nowhere. And if you've tried lots of things and not gotten anywhere, then actually it's really time to look at your unique body and get some tailored and bespoke advice of what actually is going to work for you. For me, I didn't do that for years with my own health, and I wish I'd done it sooner because it makes such a big difference. So if you want to find out really how to create a bit more of a flatter, happier, more joyful, wonderful belly, where you feel really good, you've got normal toilet habits, you're not bloated at the end of the day or just feeling permanently bloated. I often have clients come to me that just feel permanently bloated just all the time. That's just their normal. They don't always necessarily realize it until we deal with it, and then suddenly they're like, whoa, I've got my waistline back. So if that's you, click the link above, book in your free mini session. These are really just short, like 30-minute sessions. Nothing crazy. It's not like a crazy ass sales call. It's not like anything like that. They're just small sessions where we can figure out what the root is, what's going on, what's really the why behind why you feel the way you feel. Look at, and then 2 different action points that can really help you that are a bit more bespoke and tailored for you. So I hope that has been helpful. But number 1, we talked about breath. Number 2, we talked about running some experiments with your food. And number 3, we talked about dealing with your sugar demons. And if you want sugar-free recipes, head to supernaturallyhealthy.co.uk. I've got tons of sugar-free recipes, especially in my Sweet Treat Collection ebook. It's filled with awesome things and is a really great stepping stone for helping you ditch the sugar addiction. So I hope that's been really helpful, guys. I am here every Tuesday for another Supernaturally Healthy Lifestyle. See you here next week. I post the time that I'm doing it on the day. Otherwise, make sure you head to my website, sign up for the mini sessions. That'd be really, really fun. And I'm going to go outside because, as you can see, it's super sunny. Look at that. Look at that sun in Scotland. It's amazing. I'm going to go make the most of it before it ends. Otherwise, have a brilliant day. Enjoy Pancake Day. I'm going to go to the shop and buy some pancake ingredients. So I'm going to make a selection of both savoury and sweet pancakes. But let me know, book in your session, and I'll see you guys soon. Lots of love.